I'm back. My name is Kletsel, and on this channel we talk about illustration, sketchbooks, and generally just making things. And one of the things that you should make is a zine. And a lot of you are wondering, how do I do that? How do I make my zine? I want to make one, but how do I make one? This is going to be a 5-step process. Step 1 is going to be, what is your zine about? Step 2 is we're going to get organized. How is this zine going to take shape? In step 3, you're going to actually make the stuff that goes in the zine. Step 4 is production, the final product, basically. We're going to make the physical zine. And step 5 is the last step, and that's distributing your zine. So getting it into people's hands. In this video, I'm going to show you how I made this zine. This is Keep Going. I think it's a good example to share because it's black and white. It's pretty simple. It's not very involved. You can print it at home. You could print it at your job, but just don't print too much because they might notice that the toner is all gone and then you're going to get in trouble. So step 1, coming up with an idea for your zine. What should my zine be about? What am I going to make? What are you into? What are your interests? Are you someone who's really into pop culture? Maybe you make like a pop culture fanzine. Maybe you really like a certain band and you want to do a whole exploration of all their albums in a zine format. Maybe you found all of your grandma's recipes and you want to make that into your own little recipe zine. That's cool. Your zine truly could be about whatever you want. So in the case of Keep Going, I have all these sketchbooks. I want to bring them into a zine. Sometimes I'll write that to myself, keep going or keep drawing when I'm in a down phase of life. And I always find that the answer that helps me get out of it is to keep going. Keep drawing, keep making things. That's all about step 1 is what am I going to make? What is this going to be about? Once you have that, then you're going to move on to step 2. Step 2 is getting organized. What is the structure of the book? How is it going to take shape? And I like to do that through thumbnailing. Thumbnail drawings are small, quick sketches that communicate your idea. And I like to just draw a box and fill in the box with some drawings of what I'm planning for that page. And if you prefer not to draw or you think you don't know how to draw, you could just fill these boxes up with words and that'll help you get an idea of what the content of your zine will look like. Once you start generating a bunch of thumbnail drawings and ideas, you'll start to get a sense of how many pages your zine might be and the order of the pages or the pagination. So in the planning stage, you can figure out what is the format of your zine. Is it going to be large? Is it going to be small? Are you going to fold it like an accordion? Will it be full color? Will it be limited color palette, black and white? What kind of paper should I use? Are you going to be designing it digitally or are you going to be laying it out analog, punk style, cut and paste? Are you going to be sending it out for printing and production or are you going to be producing it yourself? DIY, printing, cutting, folding, assembling on your own. You might not have the answer to all these questions yet, but I find it helpful to think through some of these things ahead of time, and it'll help you in further steps of the process. That's step 2. Step 3, this is the most fun step. You're getting to make the work. You're getting to make the guts of the book, the meat of the sandwich, the stuff for the book, the art, the thing. This is probably the most important step. This is what people are going to see when you put it out into the world. So how do I make the art? How do I make the content? This is up to you. If you're an illustrator, start drawing. If you're a writer, start writing. If you're a photographer, go out, start taking photographs. So I drew all the pages for the Keep Going zine in my sketchbook. I enlarge the thumbnails and then I draw directly into the sketchbook, and these drawings I'll eventually scan into the computer and finish them in Photoshop. So again, I wouldn't have been able to do this step if I didn't do the thumbnailing stage. And you can see sometimes I'm still thumbnailing. I'm still trying to figure out what the finished piece is going to look like as I'm still working on the final drawings. I'm going through various versions of the same artwork, refining it, changing it, tweaking it. I'm just trying to move the ball forward just so that I have material to work with, and I'm populating the zine page by page. Getting each page done is like a little mini goal accomplished towards the bigger goal, which is the full zine. Once I have these drawings finished, I scan them in, I bring them into Photoshop, and then I'll start doing the editing and adding value, adding color maybe. You could see how these drawings start from a really kind of rough thumbnail stage. As I'm working on them, it starts to create a cohesive visual language that I'm going to be using throughout the whole zine. For this zine, it's a black and white zine, so I don't need to necessarily add color, but I was adding different gray tones to create some visual interest in the pieces. You don't need to use a computer to make your zine. A lot of the early zines were created just with cut and paste, scissors, tape, glue, paper, using whatever you had around you really to make it as affordable, as efficient, as authentic as possible. The most important thing is that you lay out the pages the way you want them to be, and then you can make copies of them later. So we did step 1, we figured out what we wanted to make. We did step 2, where we made a game plan, we thumbnailed, we organized ourselves. And step 3, now we have all the stuff, we have all the content, we have all of the guts of the book. We're now gonna produce the book. Production is an important step of the whole making zine process because it's what takes the thing from your computer or from a bunch of random pages all over your room into a finished book that someone can hold, that someone can read, that someone can look at, that someone can laugh at, that someone can throw away. But that's their loss. That's their problem. That's not my problem. So what I like to do at this stage is make a final mock-up of the book. I have the pages laid out in my file, and I print them out at the size that they're going to be. So this is the finished size. You can make a smaller mock-up if you're just wanting to get a sense of the pacing and stuff. But I like to print it at the size that it's going to be. I like to trim it just so I see like, wow, this is pretty close to the finished product. I'm getting a sense of the book. Oh, sometimes this happens with a mock-up. The whole thing comes apart. There we go. Once you have the mock-up, you're going to get to printing. It could be the printer at your school. It could be the printer at your office. There's printers in your town somewhere. Get an estimate. How much is it going to cost to print 200 copies, 100 copies, 20 copies? Important thing is you print all the pages. You'll have all of these stacks of paper. Then you're going to gather those papers in order. Make sure that they follow the pagination, the way you set it up. Then you're going to fold it in half and you're going to staple it. There's two types of staplers I could recommend. Here they are. This kind of funky stapler, you could staple it right on that center piece. And here's another kind of a long stapler. There's also other production tools that can help you in this stage. This is a bone folder. When you're folding the paper, this will help you get a clean fold. One of these guys, this is a paper trimmer. Now you have your zine. It's done. Wow, 24 pages of beautiful stuff that didn't exist. Now it's here. That's great. Now what? Step 5, distribution. The last step is sharing your work with others, putting it out in the world, getting a response, getting some feedback. So you can choose to get involved with a zine fest around you or your local comics festival. These are all places where there's a lot of people, a lot of artists selling their own zines. When I went to my first comics fest called Mocha Fest in New York, I knew that this was a world that I wanted to be a part of. You can find zines at craft fairs, art fairs, comic shops, record stores, and obviously online. Wherever you are, just get it into people's hands. Share it with them. This thing that you made something. Good for you. I'm proud of you. Make some more. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Just make it. Make your zine. The world needs your stuff. The world needs your work. Keep making for the sake of making because it's life affirming. It is the infinite game that you're playing as a human being. I want to create. I don't want to break things. I want to build things. This is something I built with my brain and my hands and my effort, and I'm sharing it with you. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you at the next video because I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep making them. Don't worry. Don't worry. I know I disappeared. Life, you know? Life. Keep going. Bye-bye.